Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new here, my name's Marta and this is Cuban Curls. That's what I call my channel. That's what people call me, my friends.
Come play with us.
I know, I look crazy. This is real life. This is what I look like right now that I'm in the house, social distancing. I'm wearing Peter Parker's sweatpants, white socks. I'm a hot mess, but I'm home. I'm stuck in the house with Peter Parker, who is acting very weird. It's been over a month that I've been home. Kind of losing it. I really am. I'm excited about today's video. It is the second part of my DIY boho decor series, and I'm really loving boho decor lately. I am. My house is kind of like a mixture of farmhouse and boho. I've been trying to come up with like a name for what my decor style is, like farm boho. Yeah, that's not gonna work, but I love it. It's very similar to farmhouse in my opinion. It's very relaxed. I've been digging some of the gold accents, and some of the things that I made today have those gold accents. You guys leave me so many comments. I read every single one of them, but to answer everyone, it gets a little overwhelming. So I wanted to do a segment at the end of each video called Final Thoughts, and also shout outs for those that care to stay to watch. I mean, you know, if you've had enough, bye-bye. Oh, I also wanted to say that I'm going to be doing some macrame in this video. I'm going to be going a little fast. This is not a macrame tutorial. I just wanted to do some macrame with the things that I had at home. I just learned how to macrame and I'm super excited about that. If you guys want a tutorial on how to do Marta May, my style of teaching. If I get enough people that say yes, then I will make a video for you. I'm also going to leave some links to videos down below that helped me a great deal. I'm going to shut up now so that the video can begin. So I didn't have a dowel. I'm just going to be using a hanger. I usually get these hangers at Marshall's when I buy throws. Dollar Tree paracord, and I only had 2 of them. I just wanted to show you that you can use something other than macrame cord if you don't happen to have it at home. So in one package you get 25 feet of cord. I folded it in half twice and cut the ends. That made 4 cords for each pack, giving me 8 cords to work with. I hope that makes sense. Now I know what I said, this is not a macrame tutorial, but I figured I'd show you the knots anyway. First knot is the lark's head knot, usually the way you begin any macrame project. You start out by putting both ends of your cord together, and then it will naturally make a loop up on top. You place that loop over your dowel or whatever you're working with, and those 2 middle strings go right through that loop. You pull down to tighten and you're done. That's your lark's head knot. I did that 8 times. Now we're going to move on to this thing that always makes me hungry. It looks like a pretzel. It's called the square knot. Now this one's hard for me to explain. To make a square knot, you have to use 4 cords. I've separated them to give you a better visual, but you're usually working with all the cords right next to each other. Now the 2 cords in the middle have separation anxiety and should always stay together. You can either start on the left or the right. I'm starting on the right, placing the cord over the middle 2, creating what people like to call the shape of a number 4. Then taking the cord on the left, placing it over that cord that looks like a 4, and then bringing it underneath the 2 and through the loop. Well, that's the first half of a square knot, and then you're just going to do it on the opposite side. Same way. Loop on the left, over the twins, cord on the right, over that looped cord, under the twins, and through the loop on the left, and you pull up. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. You see I made 4, and now I'm going to continue with this same knot, making an upside down triangle pattern. You start off with 4 square knots, then 3, then 2, then 1, and I'm just going to speed this up.
Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second, I won't change my mind. What is getting deep now? What is getting deep now? Follow me around, yeah. Can you let me down?
plan to finish this off double half hitch knots going on either side of my upside down triangle. So with this type of knot, the name of the game is just choosing which cord all of the other cords are going to go over. Now this particular knot took me the longest time to wrap my head around. No pun intended. Honestly, it took me about 1,000 tries just to get this right. But believe me, if I can do it, you can do it. And again, if you want me to make a video to explain this in further detail, I will. Now, I didn't have a lot of beads left, and being that we can't go out, I decided that I would just cut this necklace. This is like a 1970s ugly necklace that I had laying around, and I spray painted it with some gold metallic paint. I just threw it in a coffee can and sprayed right into the can, and it actually worked very nicely. And now lately, whenever I paint something that's metal, I usually Mod Podge it first. I feel that the paint adheres to it a little bit better. So I Mod Podged the hook on the hanger and also the little rods on the side. And then I painted it with my metallic paint by Deco Art in the color Glorious Gold. Now, I don't know if you follow XO MaCenna, but she is fantastic. I'll leave a link to her videos down below. She actually showed how she made this little contraption here with some Dollar Tree wire. Makes it super easy to thread your beads onto any project.
Close your eyes for a minute.
I am in love with this. An added bonus is that my daughters, my younger daughters, never say, "Oh my God, I want that." But this time they did. They say it looks like something out of Urban Outfitters. I clipped some cute postcards on here with some clothespins. Some pictures would look cute, even Christmas cards. 2 paracords from the Dollar Tree, an old necklace, and a hanger that I already had. Brings that in at $2, and you can't beat that. Now you can also take Dollar Tree rope. The rope unravels and it becomes 3. I had 2 packs left. That's it. I also had a few natural beads left, and with the double half hitch knot, I created a zigzag pattern, and I made this one also on a hanger, but I cut the rod just to make it a little smaller. Well, obviously, if I would have had more rope, it would have been bigger, but hey, it's all about creating with what you have, thinking outside the box, and making it work. I have this wooden vegetable steamer just laying around my house. I got it at the Goodwill for about 75 cents. I just didn't know what I was going to do with it. I love the color, and the lid has like this weaving that I really, really loved. So I took some Dollar Tree clothespins. I had, a few of them laying around. They come in a pack of 36, and all you have to do is just pull them apart. I also found really small ones in my stash, and I'm only going to be using 10 of each. 10 of the big, 10 of the small, and glue them all the way around the lid. The larger ones first, smaller ones in between those. Now you can use a stronger glue if you'd like. I only had hot glue, so that's what I used. I felt like the clothespins were just a little too drab, so I alternated between Rust-Oleum wood stain in American walnut and some of my metallic gold spray paint. A couple of sprays on some craft paper and then a brush to apply it. So I was basically done with this project, but then I decided to cut the bottom of a water bottle. I like the design. I spray painted it with some more metallic paint, and then I glued it onto the top. Now this is totally optional should you have a steamer and want to recreate this project. I'm going to use this Dollar Tree bracelet and just cut off one of the beads and hot glue it to the center of that plastic piece. I like this piece. I'm just not like 100% convinced with that middle medallion looking thing. I actually pulled it off and didn't ruin it. Took a picture to see what you guys think.
Better off. I'm gonna find my way to...
I need your help here, guys. With, without, beads, something else, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you would do. Now I realize not everybody has a wooden steamer, so I just wanted to show you that you could do the same thing, it might be even cuter, with a Dollar Tree mirror. Just a thought. Are you guys still with me? I know this video is longer than usual and you're probably melting faster than ice cream in a heat wave, but bear with me. I have one more DIY after this one. Now I'm going to take 2 bottles of water. Now I happen to have this brand on hand, but this would really work with any bottle of water. I'm going to use my wood burning tool. I find that using the wood burning tool really helps when cutting this, but if you don't have one, you can certainly use an X-Acto knife, a pair of scissors, whatever you have and whatever makes it easier for you. And just cut the bottom of the bottle. Now I'm showing you here how I do it with my X-Acto knife, and quite honestly, I just like the wood burning tool a lot better. So I wanted to make a couple of little planters, and I took some more of my metallic gold spray paint. I'm loving the gold. I spray paint them on the outside and on the bottom. I don't do the inside. You don't have to do the inside. I took the tiniest bit of hot glue and glued those onto the other 2 pieces of my wooden steamer. Hung them up on the wall and stuck a couple of Dollar Tree succulents in there. I love this DIY, and I love how easy it was as well. For my last DIY, I'm going to take this Joy to the World sign. I picked this up at Target for a couple of bucks, 90% after Christmas sale. I love signs and projects that serve a dual purpose, like one side is for Christmas, the other side for any time. I'm going to remove the sawtooth hanger from the back. You can definitely hang it up without it. Taking some hot glue, I'm going to go all the way around the frame, making small little dots of glue as I go around. Once they're dry, I'm going to take some khaki colored apple barrel acrylic paint, and I'm just going to dab each one of the dots. Yes, with my finger. Sometimes I use body parts. And I ended up not liking the way it looked. It was too stark and too perfect looking, so I rubbed it off with a paper towel, and I really like this look. I always have material laying around, and I always say laying around, but I really do, it's laying around. So I had a piece of drop cloth. I just measured it to the inside of the frame and cut it to size. A quick iron to remove the wrinkles, a quick search on Google, and in the search I put black and white tribal boho print, something like that, and I came up with this. Now, I'm going to try and leave the link down below. I can't promise you because this is somebody's picture, somebody's design, and I don't want to go to jail today. But you can just go online and look for any print that suits your fancy, print it out, and use it. What's that you say? You don't have a printer? Well, maybe you can use something out of a magazine. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that'll work. Now I'm going to take some cling wrap or saran wrap. Do people still call it saran wrap? Is that the name brand? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take a piece of cling wrap. Now, I wasn't 100% sure about this project, but my daughter told me about this and I wanted to give it a go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take some saran wrap, some cling wrap, whatever you call it, and you're going to wrap your printable in saran wrap and fold it basically like a present, but making sure that if you have like these points like this particular print has, you don't want to fold it where you're going to curl the points up. You just want to make sure that that piece doesn't like fold up like that, because you basically want your complete design to show through. If that makes any sense. Am I making any sense here? Now, once your printable is all wrapped up in cling wrap, you're going to take some parchment paper. Put your printable on whatever fabric you're using, and then place a piece of parchment paper over that, and then iron right over your parchment paper. Now I did this about 3-4 minutes, and I also made sure to get all of the edges because, you know, I had an issue where one of them was just popping up and I had to keep ironing it down. So make sure that you just get all of your edges. If you could see there at the bottom, it was lifting, so yeah. And then I just glued the drop cloth right onto the frame. Hot glued some of that Dollar Tree lace ribbon all around the edges just to give it a finished look, and we're done. Okay, so if you've been with me for a while, you guys know I don't pull any punches. I share the good, the bad, and the ugly with you. And I'm going to consider this one the ugly. I mean, not all of it, but I think, first of all, the drop cloth, I should not have glued it. I probably should have Mod Podged it. It was bubbling up on me. I don't know if you guys have an idea for me. Let me know. But that's one. And two, I don't know if you can see there on the left, the plastic was a hot mess. You can see it very clearly on the drop cloth. It definitely did not work well on drop cloth. What I do like about this project are the little glue dots around the frame. I mean, I could have done a better job at making them like a complete circle, but I still like them. I think it's a great alternative to using thumbtacks or even those little nails that you pick up at the hardware store. I love that, so I'm probably going to recreate this whole thing. But, you know, in theory, this is a great idea. The fact that you use cling wrap, iron it onto, I don't know, a t-shirt or anything. I mean, it's a cool idea. It just didn't work well on the drop cloth. You don't want to hear my sorrow, lady. Anyway, I did the same thing to these dish towels that I picked up at Walmart a while ago, and maybe because they're white, you cannot see the plastic. I love making curtains for my kitchen out of dish towels. I've done it before on my channel. Now, I didn't wash these yet. I'll let you know how that works out. But it definitely works better with white material. Final thoughts. I love and cherish all of our conversations down in the comments section. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I feel so incredibly blessed. My goal on this channel has always been to bring you a little happiness, not perfection. To encourage you to try, even if you make mistakes.
Making your pillow. I love it. It's gonna be a neck pillow for me. Let's go.
In my last video, I didn't sew my pillows because, quite honestly, I don't know how to sew. It's not something to be ashamed of. Many people don't know how to sew. I'm proud to say that because of that video, my grandchildren decided to make pillows of their own. My granddaughter was so inspired, she even made clothes for her Barbie. What's important to remember is that they were inspired to try. They saw someone, even if it was their grandma, who didn't know how to sew just like them, and they said, hey, we can do that. The entire world is going through a difficult time right now. Many people are home, some aren't working. People are anxious, they're scared, kids are home from school. Many turn to YouTube to find entertainment, inspiration, or to learn something new. Like my friend Nana Frankie, who wrote, "Girl, I love your down-home attitude, just like an old friend. Pillows are so cute, I'm gonna do this. I'm always afraid I'll make a mess, but you give me confidence, kiddo. Thanks. God bless you, God be with us." That's what it's all about. Not whether you know how to sew or not. There are no set rules. To know that I've encouraged or motivated someone to try something or made a difference in their day is what keeps me here. I love you all, and I appreciate you so much. I'll see you in the next one, friends.
Better off. I'm gonna find my way tonight. Way tonight.